I reluctantly had to come to the conclusion that 50 Cent hates Kendrick, but I think I know why. What up, words? Your boy Charles Brown back again, talking facts. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. Keep sending those Cashaps to CLBMG. Gang, listen, I'm going to be here for a while. This is going to take me a little bit of time to wiggle through all of this nonsense, but I think I know why 50 Cent hates Kenny. Gang, it's been a slow burn. And it had, I could have been talked about this 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago. I could have been addressed this. But I had to be certain because it didn't make any sense to me. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't understand it. I didn't understand it. He had Kate out on him on Power. He had him do a cameo, right? That's business. It is what it is. But they got music together. They from the same camp. Dr. Dre is in the same camp. And it doesn't make any sense for 50 Cent to hate America's favorite. Just to be honest, the culture loves K-Dot right now. I'm just going to be honest. The only people that don't rock with him are Drake fans, and half of them used to rock with him, right? Let's just be honest. But I had to think about this, and it all made sense when he did this Andrew Schultz interview. Salute to the homie Fantastic Hip Hop. I watched his show, and he just broke down a lot of the reasons of why 50 is hating on K-Dot, but I got my own hypothesis. And I think it's way deeper than we all think. Now, we've seen 50 say things like Drake didn't lose the battle, right? What is it hurting him? We've seen him chopping it up with Drake, laughing in the middle of the beef. When Drake was at his lowest point, we've seen him laughing in the corner with 50, cheering him up, rooting him on. We've seen all that. We've heard the little slick remarks that he's made about K-Dot. And we thought that's just 50. That's what he does. But this is starting to progress now. It's getting beyond him being neutral or being kind of in the middle. I'm playing both sides. Now you're leaning. And it's like, this guy is Drake's best new friend for some reason. And I'm trying to figure out why. And I started to search my mind. And I'm thinking, like, why would a guy like 50 Cent, who has his own fans, he has his own money, he is literally the opposite of Drake in every single way, the way he grew up, the way he carried himself, the way he took out Ja Rule, right? Remember, Ja Rule's a punk, he's a sucker, all this. He literally dissed Ja Rule for the exact same thing that Drake does. That's when he came at Ja Rule for too much singing in his raps. That's why he dissed Ja Rule, supposedly, in the first place. Then he went on to start singing in his raps. Like, let's just be honest. But it doesn't make any sense, right? Until you peel back these layers, right? Do y'all remember when 50 Cent and Kanye had that little standoff? They were going to drop the albums the same day. We're going to see who wins, who's going to be the bigger artist. And Kanye is on his tippy toes, right? They're on the cover of, it wasn't The Source, it was it Billboard magazine? One of these magazines, they were on the cover. Vibe magazine, I can name 100, but I don't remember which magazine. And they were going toe-to-toe, and whoever won, the other one was going to quit rapping, right? Remember that? And you saw Kanye on the tippy toes looking at 50, but he had the lump in his throat. He looked nervous, right? Remember? And 50 looked like the bully. 50 lost, though. I don't know if y'all remember that. 50 lost. Kanye actually beat him. Nobody thought Kanye was going to win. 50 was the industry bully. What was that, 50's third album, I think? 50 was the industry bully. He had overcome all the odds. He had knocked all the competition out. Everybody was cooked. 50 was really the only one doing them kind of units at that time. Let's just be honest. And outside of Eminem, come on. Like, Jay was doing his thing, but 50 really did something extra at that time. And what we all felt at the time was Kanye was the little nerd. He was the underdog. 50 was the bully, right? One swing, we thought 50 whole fist was going to take Kanye's head off his shoulders. We thought that at any minute this could go left. Kanye really don't want to smoke. And Kanye was standing, he had the pink polo. He's standing up to him toe-to-toe. Like, yeah, and what? Like on some like whatever. And I realized that's how 50 lives his life with these people. 50 lives his life like a bully. I'm just going to be honest. And 50 couldn't see himself losing to this skinny little punk, this geek. I really think 50 feels a way about people that's weaker than him in his mind. I'm just going to be honest. I feel like 50 carries that bully energy into everything he does, into the internet, into the business world, into society. The way he approaches everything, he walks in the room like a bully. Remember when Empire was the biggest show on TV? Everybody was watching Empire. You was watching that every single week without fail. You was talking about Cookie, right? He was talking about what was Terrence Howard's character name? Oh man, when he threw Jesse Smollett, he threw him in the trash can when he was born because he was gay, right? And everybody was talking about Empire. Biggest show on TV. The ratings was through the roof. The little show that could. It was representing It was representing blackness, and everybody that was anybody was trying to get on the show. Do y'all remember when 50 came out with Power and it was about to drop? Nobody was checking for it yet. We didn't know, like, who's checking for that? What's the first thing 50 did? Went straight at Empire, saying Empire was fake. Power was real, and Power was going to show everybody how a real show was supposed to be. He don't know why you watching that fake ass shit. And when you watch Power, you're going to take Empire out of here. And that's exactly what happened. People put on Power. The very first episode, everybody was like, oh shit, this shit is real, right? 50 kicked that off with controversy. He kicked that off by bullying everybody on Empire. He was bullying Taraji. He was bullying everybody for a couple weeks straight until Power dropped and got all the eyes on Power. Y'all remember that? He bullied himself. And you know what happened? Empire became whack. Right? Not immediately, but very soon. After a while, it was like, yeah, Empire kind of corny. Power's that real shit. So he effectively took their power by bullying them. Y'all remember what he did with Ja Rule? Came in the game, right? How to rob out of the whole industry scared of him. Eminem took a chance on him. Dre took a chance. So now he got the power. He got the muscle. So he muscled Ja Rule out of here. He a punk. He soft, right? Always singing on the records. He a punk. Sure enough, turned on Ja Rule. Before you know it, Ja Rule's trying to rap hard again because the soft stuff wasn't working. All the commercial stuff wasn't working. Bullied Ja Rule right out the game. But the one thing 50 gonna respect outside of loyalty is money. And if you make enough money, then you good with him. See, 50's from a neighborhood, 50's from an era where we revered who had the most money. That's why people like Rayful Edmonds and Alpo and all these different guys were allowed to become so infamous and so loved in places they had never set foot in. They knew about these guys all across the country, Freeway, Ricky Ross, and all these people, right? Because the more you dealt and the more you hustled and the more money you made, the more your name spread through the hood like wildfire. And we started to revere that person, that bully, right? The more you bully things, Wayne Perry, the more you bully things, the more you got your respect in the hood. And that's how 50 looks at life. If you got this street mentality and you walk in like a bully, he respects that. And if you don't, he don't. Now, 50 gonna respect you if he has to. He gotta respect Kendrick. Kendrick is in the camp. Kendrick makes money, but Kendrick don't live by money rules. 50 does, right? 50 not up in the nightclubs, up in the strip clubs with Kendrick. He's in there with Drake. Debauchery, right? You gotta get in the club to be with these guys. You gotta be out and about. You gotta be somewhere where you can flaunt your money. Kendrick's not doing none of that. So guess who 50 is gonna look at in the light to say, oh, this is my dude. It's a guy like Drake that's gonna be arm in arm with him somewhere doing something. Right? And 50 don't drink, he don't smoke, but he out. He with this guy. When every time you see him with Drake, they out at some party, somebody's get together doing something, right? I feel like Drake, for years, was the bully. I know we see him singing these love songs, but behind the scenes, look at what he was doing. Just search your mind. Search all the stuff. Why you think he got 20 V1? It's 20 guys after him. He was the bully. He was moving through this thing untouched. He was the bully in here, gang. And that's why Kendrick said, fake bully, I hate bullies. You've heard the stories about how many people he's had beat up, jumped on. For this reason, that reason, or the third, right? You yourself can name 5 people that you know of that got harassed, beat up, just pushed out the industry, that was working under him and now they can't get a job, right? It was a bully mentality. 50 likes that. Who you think he would really rather hang out with? The quiet kid, Mad City, that's getting Pulitzer Prizes, that's with his one girl? Or this guy over here bullying shit? Out doing whatever he want to do, just wilding out here, making the most money, making the biggest records, doing the biggest things in the industry. Undefeated. Until this guy came along, you can't count the Pusha L because he never stopped moving. He never stopped going #1. So this guy respects you when you're big, when you're loud, when you're the bully, when you make a lot of money, when your bag is secured. He don't want you to be the one over in the corner. You're praying, you're doing your push-ups. I get it. That I know you're gonna say, well, 50 works out. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this guy Kendrick is damn near spiritual, damn near a monk compared to what they doing, right? This guy's writing is winning Pulitzer Prizes. You gotta remember, this dude is from the hood. He's from the block. He don't care about none of that nerd shit. He said it on the show. He's winning awards I never even heard of. Who haven't heard of a Pulitzer Prize? 50 said he's winning awards I never even heard of. He goes on the Andrew Schultz show, spends 10 minutes completely talking about why Kendrick is where he is, as if Kendrick got handed this, as he's saying that the industry, he's an industry darling, as of when, right? He made every excuse for this guy. Oh, if Drake falls back from the industry, Kendrick got to do it himself. I don't think he can handle that. I think that's a little bit too much pressure. They got to feed the streets. First of all, hip hop and rap is too big for one person to own it anyway. You think all they listen to when Drake drops an album is that all year? They don't listen to nothing else? Is that what you think? You really think people that when they stop everything they're listening to, everything, and just play that over and over for the entire year? No, it don't work like that. It's thousands of artists out here. Kendrick don't gotta drop every daggone month, right? The problem with this whole mentality is, I'm just gonna be honest, 50 Cent is not a hip hop head. Sounds crazy. 50 Cent is not a hip-hop head. 50 Cent is a rapper, and a rapper that thinks like a gangster. It's two different things. They look at numbers, how much money did you make, how tough you look, how you act in these streets. It's all street related. When you peel back the layers, it's all tough guy shit, right? Drake puts that facade on. Drake runs with these different mob guys, this and that and the third. He walks that walk like, yeah, I'm this, I'm that. And if you come to the city, da-da-da. He acts like 50 with respect. You would say, Challz, but Drake's soft. None of that matters. When you got enough muscle, you hard. Right? I seen a lot of sucker dudes be behind 20 guys, and they the toughest. They tough now. Right? You tough when you got muscle. This guy don't like him because he's everything that he does not like. He doesn't respect when you're mad humble. Show me when 50 was humble, right? And I'm not a 50 Cent hater. 50 Cent, for some reason, to me, has made me overlook everything about him that I'm not really feeling. I have no problem with 50. I find 50 to be funny. I watch his interviews. I find him to be intelligent. But at the back of my mind and at the core of 50, 50's that bully on the block that laugh at your gear, laugh at you when you fail, laugh at your moms, clown you, beat you up, take your bike. He's that guy. And me personally, I don't really like bullies. I'm just gonna be honest. Can't fuck with them. I can't. I learned at a young age, I don't like bullies. Right? I'm the calmest guy, the nicest guy, but don't nothing get me worked up. Right? I can't stand a bully, gang. I'm just gonna be honest. I used to protect dudes from bullies. I'm not a bully I'm not a sucker either. I'm not no hard rock either. I'm just who I am. But I don't like bullies. I should not like 50 Cent. But for some reason, I have found a fondness with 50, so I don't mind. I don't mind the bully shit, but it's still bully shit, right? I think 50 looks at Kendrick as weak. I think 50 only allowed Kendrick the grace he gave him because of Dr. Dre, because of the money he makes, because of the love he gets in hip-hop. But in the bully mind, after a while, they start looking at why they fuck with this nigga. This how a bully think. Why they fuck with this corny nigga? Now, he know he can't say that out loud. He know he can't say that. So he's being very diplomatic while he picks and just pulls at Kendrick, goes at him, says little things, trying to knock his shine, keeps siding with Drake, because they got the bully mentality. The only problem is it perplexes me. I'm like, 50's a real bully. Drake not a real bully. Drake became a bully. You can't get into rap and then be a bully. But that's what he did. He got into rap and now he's a bully. Right? He got Challz ready to crash something, right? He's bullying, he's DeMar DeRozan, he's eyeballing him, looking him up and down like, yeah, you puss, like all this. Now he's a bully. If you needed money to be a bully, you ain't a real bully. But I think 50 doesn't care about your past. I think right now, if you fit the mold that he wants, then he rocks with you. You also got to think 50 don't rock with game like that. 50 don't rock with the West Coast. I'm just being honest. You got to think how much stuff was probably said to 50 in the middle of that game beef from West Coast dudes. I'm just being honest. Kendrick represents everything that don't rock with 50. 50 get love over there, let's be honest, but come on. If you asking a West Coast dude who you rocking with, 50 or Kendrick, you tell me what you think he gonna say. 50's the kind of dude that don't like not being the center of something. I think right now Kendrick is getting too much shine. He's getting too much love. Hip-hop and the culture is showing this guy too much gratitude. And the culture's shifting. You heard him talking to Andrew Schultz about the culture being shifting to a less aggressive or more palatable type of artist. He said the industry's pushing Kendrick because he's more palatable and he can be an easier commodity. He's more commercially viable. Now, I don't know how commercially viable it is if I'm calling another man a pedophile, right? Most rappers ain't even allowed to use that word. But somehow 50's making a million excuses. Like, he's just doing it softly, very softly, but he's hating. He's hating, right? Just to be honest. And we all know 50 been hating for years, but this one is a worse hate because he has no reason to. Him consistently, he's been consistently picking Drake, doing this, doing that, saying this and that for Drake, consistently. Now he's starting to overtly, he's not even being low-key with it no more. He's taking straight digs at Kendrick. Basically saying the industry propping him up. How you figure that? He's making music about being mentally stable and showing all his faults. How is that? The industry is not pushing that. Okay? He made it here in spite of that. Y'all know what the industry pushing because you hear it every day. Outside of Drake. They pushing drill rap. They pushing the Migos, Offset, right? Lil Uzi Vert. They are not pushing no socially conscious shit. Let's just be honest. This dude made it in spite of the industry. The streets gave Kendrick this title that he has. The culture gave this to Kendrick. He didn't steal this. They didn't manufacture him. But 50's trying to rewrite the narrative with Andrew Schultz of all people. Just the fact that Andrew Schultz said he wanted to sexually assault Kendrick and 50 Cent goes on his show tells you everything you need to know. This guy said the most heinous shit about Kendrick, and what's 50's response? Let me go sit down with him and laugh and kiki and talk shit about Kendrick. If that ain't enough, let me know what else you need to know. I feel like 50 is getting older. I feel like 50's trying to stay in touch with the culture, but he knows he can't. Not on these records, not with music. 50 would never be the face of the culture again. He knows that, we know that, as far as musically. And I'm just going to be honest, 50 really is only relevant for the things he says and does on social media when he talks about other artists. I'm not saying that's bad or good, it's just a fact. 50 sticks his nose in every single conversation. He puts his nose in every single topic. He's going to put a spin on everything. Jay-Z, Diddy, and anything. He's going to go online and make a joke. He's going to put his foot in it. He's going to say it, good or bad. He's going to put it out there. And that's why 50's relevant. 50's learned about this zeitgeist years ago. He learned about this back when we were still trying to figure out what to do with the internet. Back before Vlad TV was on, like 50 been figuring this internet stuff out. And now he knows, let me just stay relevant and do what I got to do. Do you think 50, who just sold out his world tour, the last world tour, would have sold that tour out if he wasn't social media viable the way that he is? If 50 wasn't the troll that he is, do you think that show would have sold out? Just be honest. Yes, he has great music. He has hits for years. But would he be relevant if he wasn't on Instagram every day? Let's just be honest. As opposed to Kendrick, who's never on there. He's never on Twitter. 50's on there every single solitary day, putting memes, screenshotting, and Drake does the same thing. If I am 50 Cent, and I know I can never be that lion again on that mic, I can make a song here and there, and it's going to do what it does here and there, but I'm never going to be, they're never going to be like, yo, that new 50's out. Yo, we got to stop everything. He dropped it. No, it's never going to be that. I'm sorry. But when you see online Kendrick drop, everything stopped. Everything stopped. I think this is more about I'm not going to say the word jealousy, but that's what it is. It's getting to a point where he is starting to realize this guy got this culture locked. You can't say a bad word about him. You get swarmed and attacked. This guy gets mad love in every single way, and he's got the numbers to back it up. He's going #1 every time he drops. He's got the Super Bowl. He got Jay-Z, which is damn near 50's arch enemy, right? Jay-Z almost kept him off the Super Bowl. If it wasn't for Eminem, he wouldn't have been at the Super Bowl hanging upside down. Let's just be honest. So with all this love and all these little connections that K-Dot is getting without even asking for them, right? He just got these connections. If I'm not mistaken, they have a chat with Jay-Z and Kendrick in the chat with a bunch of different rappers and execs. I don't know who exactly is in there, but I know K-Dot, because I've heard them talk about this chat with K-Dot and Jay in the same chat. That's a connect that you can't even imagine. A connect that just got him on the Super Bowl. I guarantee you, there is no 50 Cent and Jay-Z chat. And with a guy like 50, that's a problem. He been trying to bring down everybody in that chat for 15 years. So when Kendrick got in that chat, he became an op. I'm just going to be honest. Kendrick is getting everything from the people in that chat, and 50 don't like it. Drake ain't in that chat either, by the way. So what I'm trying to tell you is 50 is an old lion, right? There's no disrespect. I had no problem with 50. But 50 is an old lion looking at this lion that he feels don't deserve everything he got. He doesn't respect lyrical. You know he don't respect that. Don't respect conscious rap. You know he don't respect that. 50's the guy in Menace to Society. This Black Power shit gets no play in my ride. He's that guy. Just being honest. He don't want to hear that shit. So he's quietly just sprinkling seeds, trying to get everybody to realize, yeah, this guy, he really ain't all that like y'all making it, right? He used the term aggressive. He wants to get rap away from the industry wants to move rap away from aggressive. So what the answer? What Drake is the opposite? Is Drake the aggressive rap that they scared? What we talking about? Let me know what we talking about. I'm curious. You're saying that they want to prop up Kendrick because he is everything that they want to move hip hop away from, the culture away. Who is they? Because they, the people that are actually really in the power, don't want this conscious shit, all this black power nonsense. We're going to be all right. They would do everything they could to stop this shit. So no, they don't want this. So who are you talking about? And let me just explain this to the non-hip-hop niggas that just really got it all fucked up, that hip-hop is supposed to be all this gangster shit all the fucking time. No, my nigga, no. I can listen to NWA and I can listen to De La Soul, right? I can listen to Hieroglyphic, I can listen to E40. That's what hip-hop is. It's all of it because we're not one fucking thing. We're not just get rich or die trying to get money niggas. That's not what we are. We are mad other things. We got fucking other kind of feelings inside. We do other shit. We don't just sit around trying to get niggas money, get some money. That's where the game is fucked up. And nobody wants to hear that. Anybody with some intelligence. And I can tell you somebody want to hear that all day. That's a nigga probably in the middle of dumb shit all fucking day. Right? Just being honest. A nigga listens to that shit all day probably really got a fucked up life. I'm just being honest. So no, we don't want to hear fucking all this drill shit all fucking day and night. It's other things to listen to, gang. It's other artists. Mos Def. It's other artists. Right? Talib Kweli. It's a bunch of different artists that make noise too. And to these people that put everything on how much you streaming, who gives a fuck? Right? Shit's trash 9 times out of 10. That's why the sales are down for the first time in hip-hop right now. Hip-hop, worst sales ever right now because y'all putting out fucking trash. And you faking your fucking streams and you faking that shit with bots. So who gives a fuck? Let's just be honest. So what I'm going to say to this whole situation is I feel like 50 is jealous. He doesn't like where Kendrick has taken this culture. He don't want it to go that way because then niggas like him with this I get money attitude, they're not going to be as valuable as they used to be. Right? And ain't nobody saying you can't be the I get money, these basic ABC-ass, lyric-ass niggas. We going to need you too, right? We get it. But some of us put pen to paper and we respect what we do. And we want different cadences and different flows. We don't want the same old-ass flow for 20 fucking years. I'm just being honest. Some of us want to hear some real good shit. Some of us like that lyrical miracle bullshit. Just gonna be honest. So in conclusion, I really truly believe 50, and hate is a strong word. Let's just say he's indifferent. Or even better, he just is trying to figure out where he fits in with all this shit. Right? 50's not viable in rap no more. Kendrick is. And with a dude like Drake being on the outs, a straight up commercial rap dude, it leaves him wondering, where is this going for people like me? If we get all these Kendricks in here with these poetry books, right, and these stories of all this intricate shit, where does it leave a motherfucker like me? And you will be surprised. That sounds basic, but that's exactly what it is. So Kanye on the tippy toes with his nose to nose with 50, that's Kendrick right now. I mean, Kendrick gonna beat him anyway. It's not even gonna matter. Right? But that's what he don't understand. He wants to come in rooms and bully him, and when you're not getting bullied by him, he thinks you're soft. I'm just being honest. So the real reason with this whole situation, I think he don't think Kendrick deserves to be there. He think hip-hop's supposed to be the way he thinks it's supposed to be. And he likes Drake because Drake makes a lot of money doing the minimalist of shit. Let's just be honest. Let's just be honest. This motherfucker don't even write half the shit he's saying, and he's got 1,000 niggas making this shit happen. Half the whole fucking OVO sweatshop and all this shit. Like, let's just be honest, gang. If I had writers and producers and I had people bringing me other people's records, I would probably be a fucking star too. If that's all I cared about. But hip-hoppers don't care about that shit. We care about making good music. We care about sounding smart, being smart. Rappers don't care about nothing but how many sales did it make and what's the units. And who was one and who was two on Billboard. That's all rappers care about. And niggas that don't give a fuck about the culture. And on that note, I'm gonna get out of here. Let me know what you think. CLBMG.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine.
BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.